Why isn't my husband dead yet? Sounds extreme, right? But this is the shocking title of a book that's been shaking up marriages in Far East Asia. And trust me, once you hear the stories inside, you'll understand why. This controversial bestseller is written by Miki Kobayashi, a Japanese journalist who has spent years researching issues surrounding marriage, family, and work-life balance. Through in-depth interviews with housewives across Japan, she uncovered a deeply unsettling truth. Countless women feel trapped in their marriages, silenced by years of neglect, frustration, and even despair. Imagine this. You've been married for decades, endured countless disappointments, and suddenly, you don't even have the energy to be angry anymore. Instead, a quiet thought creeps in. If only he would just disappear. This book reveals the hidden rage festering inside many Japanese housewives, resentment built over years of emotional neglect, unfair expectations, and societal pressures. The book opens with a shocking real-life case from 2014. A 70-year-old woman, after decades of silent suffering, snapped and killed her husband. Why? At 34, she discovered his affair, but never confronted him. Decades later, he casually admitted everything, assuming the past was forgotten. Then, as he became sick and dependent on her for care, she reached her breaking point. So, what exactly makes wives feel this way? Through her research, Kobayashi identified 10 common behaviors that drive women to the edge. Ignoring their wives' struggles during pregnancy. The husband ignores his wife's pregnancy, continues drinking and partying, and provides no support, forcing them to quit jobs while providing little financial support. The husband expects his wife to be a full-time homemaker, but gives her a pitiful allowance that barely covers expenses, refusing to help with household chores. The husband contributes to less than half of the household chores, yet believes that simply helping occasionally makes him a great husband, becoming increasingly dependent while contributing nothing. As the husband ages, he expects to be taken care of, but does not provide emotional or financial support. Dismissing their wife's complaints as overreactions. When the wife voices her grievances, the husband responds with, "What's the big deal? Why are you so mad?" Prioritizing their screens over family time. Husbands glued to their screens, smiling at their messages, but turning stone-faced around their wives. Treating weekends as personal relaxation days. Sleeping all day, whether alone or with someone else. Belittling their wives' families. If the children misbehave, it must be because of the wife's bad genes. Expecting wives to handle all childcare responsibilities. Whenever something goes wrong, it's always her fault. If the child gets sick, it's because she wasn't careful enough. Demanding financial equality only when it benefits them. When the wife earns less, the husband insists he should have more control. But when she asks for financial support, he calls her calculating. Journalist Miki Kobayashi uncovers the raw, unfiltered thoughts of wives in Japan who feel trapped in their marriages. Chapter 1. When Love Turns to Murderous Intent. Imagine going from a picture-perfect wedding to feeling like a single parent while your husband parties away. Parenthood was supposed to be a team effort, but for many wives it became a battlefield, one they were left to fight alone. Chapter 2. The Gateway to Hell, Quitting Work for Marriage. A dream home, a loving husband, and a child. But what happens when a career-driven woman is forced to choose between financial security and family? Resentment builds, and for some, the thought creeps in. Wouldn't being a widow be easier than divorce? Chapter 3. Wives who no longer need their husbands. From club widows, whose husbands prioritize drinking buddies over family, to women who married their second-choice man. Many wives wake up one day and realize they don't need their husbands anymore. 4. Stay-at-home dads, survival mode. Can husbands handle the pressure of being the primary caregiver? Some step up, while others crumble under workplace discrimination and the societal stigma of being a full-time dad. Chapter 5. More cost-effective than divorce. For some wives, divorce is too costly. But waiting? That S-free. With survivors' pensions, debt-free inheritances, and the emotional relief of freedom, some women quietly count down the days. This isn't just about a few bad husbands, it's a reflection of a much deeper societal issue. In Japan, traditional gender roles still dominate, making it difficult for women to achieve financial independence. Many quit their jobs after marriage and find it nearly impossible to return to the workforce. Even today, 6 out of 10 women in Japan become unemployed after having children. Without financial stability, divorce is simply not an option for many. So, what do? They wait. They endure. And, sometimes, they wish. This book isn't just a call for change. It's a wake-up call for husbands everywhere. The question isn't just why isn't my husband dead yet? It's why did my marriage become like this? If you want to understand the hidden struggles of marriage, this book is a must-read. Let us know in the comments. Do you think these problems exist only in Japan? Or is this a universal issue?
Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Share it, because some stories are meant to be discovered together. And stay curious. I'll see you in the next chapter.